Hey, what a interesting period for the Blues. Candy Colby is back, and he says very good period for both sides. I completely disagree with that. Both are competing, and that's what you want. Colorado all played the Blues. That was probably the worst period the Blues have played all year. A lot going on. And the end of that was, like Andrew says, interesting to say the least. Oh, by the way, we have breaking news. Coach Quinville is going to resign as the coach of the Florida Panthers and will not coach in the league for a period of time. Do not know how long that period of time is. There is a statement that is supposed to be released very, very soon. Robert, I won't put that up, but I agree with you. I have Kadri on my fantasy team, and I'm going to trade him for whatever. I don't want that guy. I can't say that. That was not what you want at all. But yes, the breaking news. I knew it at the first intermission, but I was waiting for. I'd only seen one tweet on it. I was kind of waiting for a backup tweet. Well, I've now seen that backup tweet, so that's why I'm bringing it out. Wendy White says Bennington is hysterical when he's mad. That's absolutely correct. I think that's dead on. Did you hear that there, Ashley?
No.
Bennington is hysterical when he's mad.
Okay, I missed that whole last exchange because I was letting the dog out.
Oh, my goodness. It was so the Avalanche came in. Kadri made a pass across. A Blue and I can't remember who it was. Blue and an Avalanche got tied up, knocked the net off. The puck goes in, and then everybody just goes right at it. Kadri and Bennington have been going at it. Bennington took his stick and almost whacked Kadri in the head. Right? I mean, he swung his stick at it. So Kadri ended up with a penalty. There were 2 penalties on each team. So we're at 4-4. Lambert said he was sounding off. Benning's lucky didn't hit him with that baseball swing. Yeah, if he'd have hit him, that'd have been, you would have lost Bennington for 3 to 5 games if he'd have hit him.
Oh, definitely.
If not more. Not more. Even though he'd never been in trouble before, that would absolutely be one of those if not more statements. So, it's been a tough game for the Blues today, right?
Yes, it has.
And we kind of talked about this at the beginning.
I kind of expected it. So,
Ian says our goalie has to pump up the team. So be it. I don't know about pumping up the team in this case. I think, first of all, you want to know where this game went south? It's penalties, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not blaming refs, but they are not calling. They're calling trips and not calling interferences and other trips. They have been calling the game one-sided, right? That is a definite. And it's real. I watched something very interesting today on Netflix. There's a series called Bad Sport, right? And it's got a couple different things, but it talks about, and I remember a little bit about this, the 2004-2005 scandal in Italian soccer. Basically, their top team, the GM, the guy that ran all the football operations, was pressuring the league officials or the referee to give him favorable officials. And after one game, John Tavares, after one game, when the referee did something completely against them, he locked them in the locker room.
Oh, wow.
Left with the keys. Yeah. So with the NHL, you see things like that where you wonder if some of the more powerful owners are because at the moment, I agree with that there, Jose. And aloha, Jose. Welcome to the show. I got to get to one of your comedy shows here soon, Jose. You got to let me know. Let me know when they are, and I'll get to one. This move has just totally been bad. In fact, I might even do as tragic as my life is right now. It's got to be comical. So I might try and do an open mic night. Yeah, you guys know how unfunny I am. That'll be a disaster. Bennington never will on his supposed fake. I'm not sure what you're saying there.
Like he would never actually hit somebody with the stick. It's fake aggression.
I don't know.
I can see that.
You watch it. He was close, right? I mean, he got really close to Kadri. Kadri didn't know why he got a penalty. I think Bennington got one of the penalties.
Yeah, I think he did too. And Joshua, I think, is the one that's serving for him. And then they said that Barbashev went off, so I think he's the other blue.
Yeah, well, Costin went off, but I think Costin was serving Bennington's penalty.
Speaking of Joshua, though, how about him in those faceoffs? He's doing really well.
Oh yeah, Joshua has done outstanding in the faceoffs. That is absolutely something that we did not expect. Okay, Kadri got a misconduct. Comfort got rushing against Barbashev. Bennington got a misconduct. That's being served by Costin. It doesn't say how long the misconduct is. It could be a 5 or a 10. Probably a 10. Probably a 10. Barbashev for roughing against Logan O'Connor. So these are the penalties at the 1930 mark. You have Ivan Barbashev roughing against Logan O'Connor, Jordan Bennington, misconduct served by.
They're 10 minutes.
They were 10s?
They are 10s.
Okay. J.K. Comfort roughing against Ivan Barbashev, and then Nazim Kadri, a misconduct. So that means Costin will be out for 10 minutes and Kadri will be out for 10 minutes. Man, that just screwed me in my fantasy league. Now I'm gonna lose. Now I'm gonna lose the penalty minutes because I'm gonna have a crap ton of them. Right? Kadri's gonna get me another 10 there. Thank you, Kadri. I got to get rid of that guy. Yeah. So that's kind of the Neighbors tough break for a young man. Well, yeah, that was kind of bad with on Neighbors with that. But I'll tell you what. You know where this game turned? This game turned on Tarasenko's missed shot. Tarasenko scores that goal. It's 2-2, and this game has a total different complexion. That missed shot is where that aggressive play on Bennington is very real. I don't know about that. I think it just might be inexperienced refs. And you know what? At the moment, they talked about that at the beginning. That's very possible. In the end, the Blues have not played well. They're allowing the Avs to walk in at times. I agree with you on that, Steve. Why would you ever pick up Kadri? Because it's a keeper league, and I already had him, and I haven't been offered anything for him. This game turned due to 30 shots on goal to 12. We are getting outplayed, plain and simple. No, Greg, you're right, but you're wrong. Okay, I agree, but I disagree. And Ashley, maybe you're with me. Even though shots have been out, I mean, this game was 1-1, and then it was 2-1. Tarasenko scores that goal. This 2-2 game, that you're not pushing, right? And they've been pushing. That pushing goes away. That the Neighbors' mistake doesn't hurt you as much, right? And I think that's where the change is. I love this. Everybody's still talking about Tarasenko being traded. I honestly don't think he is. I really don't.
At least not during the season. Maybe afterwards, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I think you're right there with that 1 year left on his contract, maybe. But I don't see it. I just don't see it. right now, I'll tell you what. This was a bad period for the Blues. They can come back and win this, though, right?
They can.
First of all, here's the thing. Kadri's off the ice for 10 minutes, right? Now, Kadri is just a pain in our in the Blues side. That's something that you can kind of take away at the moment. He still wants out. Bad. Elliot Friedman said he is gone before deadline, no doubt. You know what? Elliot Friedman also said that he'd be gone before the season would start, and he was wrong about that. So, I know these guys are in there, but they're also making assumptions based on information that they have. And a lot of times those assumptions aren't right. I'm certain with the information I have right now that, and I could be wrong, but I'm certain with the information I have right now that that Tarasenko wants to be here and he's staying here. And second of all, Eichel's going nowhere. No one is trading for Eichel. If you trade for Eichel, the only reason to trade for him is cap relief because he's on LTIR. That's it, right? And if you trade for him on LTIR, I think there's a penalty for that. I need to look at that, but I think that you could take somewhat of an issue with that, especially with him not having he won't pass a physical, right? And that's something you got to look at. He's not going to pass a physical. So
I think that Eichel's going to be frozen where he is until he gets a surgery.
Yeah, some type of surgery. I agree with that. Let's see where we at. Lambert says Cinco is going to stay if he didn't get traded during the offseason like he wanted, and now he's frozen with us. That's kind of what we agree. Transport will be gone if Armstrong decides to trade him, and that has to benefit the Blue. I'm not sure what you're saying there, bud. No, Vegas is about to. That's why they signed White Cloud for a deal today. We'll see, bud. I'm not sure. Tarasenko, okay. Eichel will go to Tampa by deadline with them using Kucherov's cap room. It's BS, but they could do it. That I could see. Buffalo wanted that contract before they decided to pull the trigger. Well, Kobe, I'm not sure. I'd have to look. I'll have to read a little more. I have been dealing with the move, so I'll try and read a little more on that. Third period for the Blues. What do you think? What's your thought process right now?
I'm still saying my original thing. It's going to end 3-2 Colorado. I think Tarasenko will get a goal because he's going to be mad that he missed that one. But I don't think we quite have enough oomph to pull it off. I had that feeling all along.
I actually think the original 4-2 Colorado is probably going to be closer to it. If St. Louis does score, that means they'll probably pull the goalie, and there we're at. OT point coming. Well, I'd like to see that. I don't right now. Overtime.
I wish I could say overtime Colorado. I'd like that point, but I don't see it.
I'm going to say 4-2 Avs last goal, and that's kind of where I was thinking. Though I said 4-2 the other way at the beginning, but you know what? There I go. Every time I've said the Blues are going to lose, they win. Every time I say they're going to win, they lose. So who knows?
Thanks, Stephen. I appreciate your positivity.
Just trying to be positive. I love it, man. I love it. Well, I'll tell you what. Right now, after that scrum, the Blues need to come out and take advantage of it. They have another minute and a half of 4-on-4. If they can take advantage of it, then there is a chance. Then there is a chance at coming back. But if they don't score within the first 5, forget it. Right? And that's the thing. Neither goalies play bad. Bennington hasn't played bad. Kemper hasn't played bad.
That Kadri goal was on him.
Yeah, the Kadri goal was on him, but I wasn't going to say anything, so I didn't get in trouble.
I'll say it because I can admit it. It was on him. His positioning was off.
Yeah.
But that's the only goal I put against him.
Jason Langford says the Blues versus Colorado versus the refs. I feel that a little bit. I think the refs are allowing the refs have definitely allowed this game to get out of hand, and that's on them.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's also on the NHL. I don't know how you can let such inexperienced refs be involved in the game. You know, not have some experienced ref there to help them out. And this has a lot to do with the Tim Peel incident. Listen to Elliot Freeman's podcast, 32 Opinions. Vegas is getting closer to pulling the trigger, especially with Alec Tush setback. He might not be back until February now. Well, again, you know, I know what I know those guys are a couple of those guys. I've actually talked to Freeman a couple of times, right? And I know how connected they are, but they're not always right, you know. And that's what you got to look at. Just a lot of these teams deal in disinformation because that makes what they're doing easier. If there's disinformation out, if what happens a lot of times, you find out a trade talks get found out, and then it changes what the trade gets changed. So a lot of times these teams will put out false information so they can continue with their original trade. So that's some of the things to look at. We need to clean ourselves up in the third. We have to at least a glimmer of a chance. Yeah, I mean it's going to come down. What you think? Well, I talked about it as soon as we came on. That Quenneville is going to resign. It sounds like he's not going to be allowed to coach in the league for a period of time. I don't know.
22 minutes ago on Twitter, he resigned.
Yeah, well, I seen that, but I didn't see it backed up.
It's from the official Florida Panthers site. So. Oh,
it's on the Florida Panthers site? Mm-hmm. Okay. So he has resigned. So, I mean, it's all going to depend on what the punishment is, you know. Basically, I mean, it comes down to he lied, right? He said he knew nothing about it when he did, right? I don't know if he misremembered or whatever, but he was, when it was brought to his attention, his quote was, "I don't have time for this. I'm trying to win a cup."
I don't know that it was fully brought to his attention. I don't think he even listened to it. So I don't think he necessarily lied, but I don't think that he listened to the full extent of it because he was too busy trying to win a cup. Knowing Quenneville, you know, from him being a coach here in St. Louis, I don't see him fully, you know, understanding how serious it was.
Well, Chris, I appreciate that. You know, my info is what it is. It's not always the best, but it's what I got. Well, guys, the game is almost back on. I'm seeing Pang and Kelly on the TV, so that means we're just a couple minutes away. Can't wait to see you at the post-game show. Ashley, we'll talk more then, and hopefully we're discussing a better situation and not a loss. So aloha, mahalo, and I'll see you all at the post-game show.